You stand on the edge of the docking bay. The metal floor is cold beneath your boots. It vibrates with a low and steady hum. The air here smells of ozone and old dust. You look out into the deep, black void. The stars look distant and cold today. They have forgotten the names of those who left. But you have not forgotten. You have waited for this moment for years. The sensors on the wall begin to chime. It is a soft sound at first. Then it grows louder and more urgent. A shape appears in the distance. It is a ship unlike any you know. The hull is scarred and burned white. It looks like a piece of bleached bone. It drifts closer to the station. You hold your breath as it approaches. The docking clamps extend with a groan. They latch onto the strange vessel. The sound echoes through the empty bay. Steam hisses from the connection points. The airlock light turns from red to green. The heavy door slides open slowly. A figure steps out of the mist. She wears a suit of ancient design. Her visor is cracked but intact. She pauses at the threshold. You can see her eyes scanning the room. She looks at the rusted crates. She looks at the dim emergency lights. Then her gaze lands on you. You feel a chill run down your spine. She does not speak right away. She reaches up and unclasps her helmet. The seal breaks with a sharp hiss. She pulls the helmet free. Her hair is silver like starlight. Her face is lined with strange maps. She takes a deep breath of station air. It must taste stale to her. Yet she smiles a small and sad smile. She drops a heavy bag on the floor. It clanks with the sound of metal. She points to the far horizon. A distant pulse beats in the dark. It is faint but steady. It calls to something inside you. She says there is a secret out there. A secret buried deep in the void. You know your life just changed. The station is quiet around you. You walk behind her through the halls. The lights flicker overhead. This place was once full of life. Now it is a shell of iron. You reach the old communication center. The door is jammed halfway open. You squeeze through the gap. The room is filled with banks of machines. Dust covers every surface like gray snow. The woman moves to the main console. She wipes the dust away with her hand. She types a code into the keypad. The keys clack loudly in the silence. The screen flares to life. It glows with a harsh green light. Text begins to scroll down the glass. It is a language you do not know. The metal of the console begins to sing. It is a high and vibrating note. It sounds like a choir of ghosts. You cover your ears against the pitch. The woman does not flinch. She reads the scrolling text intently. This is a message from the past. It speaks of a time before the war. You feel the weight of history here. These walls have seen empires rise. They have seen empires fall to ash. The message talks of a hidden relay, a place where the signal is strong. The woman points to a set of coordinates. They are deep in the Badlands. That is dangerous space. No ship goes there and returns. You look at her with doubt. She only nods her head. The humming sound grows deeper now. It vibrates in your chest. You feel a connection to the machine. It is like waking up from a nap. The station seems to groan in response. Power flows through dead circuits. Lights in the hallway turn steady. The air filtration system kicks on. A cool breeze touches your face. The ghosts of this place are listening. You leave the comms room behind. The journey to the council chamber is long. You take the transit tube. It rattles and shakes as it moves. The woman stands still as a statue. You try to make small talk. You ask about the food out there. She says she ate mostly paste. You joke that paste is a delicacy here. She laughs a dry and raspy laugh. It sounds like paper tearing. The transit tube slows to a halt. The doors slide open with a ding. You step into the upper spire. The carpet here is thick and red. Statues of old heroes line the walls. They look down with stone eyes. You approach the great wooden doors. 2 guards cross their spears. They see the woman and freeze. Their eyes go wide with shock. They lower their weapons slowly. They recognize her from the history books. She pushes the heavy doors open. The hinges scream in protest. The sound stops all conversation inside. The room is large and round. A long table sits in the center. 12 people sit around it. These are the elder ones. They govern what is left of us. Their faces are etched with worry. They look like they haven't slept in weeks. They stare at the woman in silence. One of them stands up slowly. It is Councilman Harek. He is old and bent with age. He drops his data pad on the table. He whispers her name like a prayer. The woman nods to him. She walks to the head of the table. She does not ask for permission. She places a small drive on the wood. A hologram springs up in the air. It shows the galaxy map. The leaders lean in closer. They see the dark zones. They see the lost sectors. The woman points to a red line. It cuts through the center of the map. It is a path through the storm. The council members begin to mutter. They say it is suicide. They say the ships will not hold. Harek raises his hand for silence. He looks at the woman. He asks if she is certain. She says the math is perfect. You look at the map yourself. It looks like a tangled web, but she traces a clear route. It avoids the radiation belts. It slips past the asteroid fields. It is a needle thread of a path. You realize she has flown this. She has seen these stars up close. The council votes one by one. The tension is thick in the room. Finally, the last hand goes up. The motion is carried. We are going back to the dark. Preparation begins within the hour. The hangar bays are full of noise. Sparks fly from welding torches. Mechanics run back and forth. You stand on the bridge of your ship. It is a light cruiser. It is fast and agile. The woman stands beside you. She is your navigator now. She loads the new charts into the computer. The screen displays the route. It looks even tighter up close. You grip the steering yoke. Your palms are sweating. You have flown combat missions before, but this feels different. This is not a fight. This is a leap of faith. The rest of the fleet forms up. Engines flare blue and white. The comms channel chatters with checks. Green lights blink on your dash. You are clear for launch. You push the throttle forward. The ship lurches ahead. The G-force pushes you back. You leave the station behind. The stars stretch into lines of light. You enter the slipstream. The view outside turns gray and weird. You are in the tunnel now. The woman watches the sensors. She calls out adjustments. You turn the ship slightly left. A gravity well passes by. It would have crushed us. You fly for 3 days straight. Coffee is your only friend. It tastes like burnt rubber, but it keeps your eyes open. The woman barely sleeps. She watches the dark like a hawk. Suddenly, the alarms blare. You drop out of the stream. You are in a nebula. Purple gas swirls around the viewport. Lightning arcs between the clouds. It is beautiful and deadly. You steer around a massive bolt. The ship shakes violently. Shields drop to 50%. You shout for power to engines. The engineer routes the energy. You punch through a wall of gas. Clear space opens up ahead. You let out a breath. That was too close. The woman pats your shoulder. She points to the radar. Something is waiting for us. The sensors pick up movement. It is not metal or rock. It is something fluid. Shadows detach from the dark. They drift toward the fleet. They shift shape as they move. One moment they are spheres. The next they are long spears. The crew is tense. Weapons are locked and loaded. The woman says to hold fire. She says they are curious. You open a hailing frequency. Static fills the speakers. Then a sound cuts through. It is like whale song. It is deep and mournful. The pattern repeats 3 times. The woman closes her eyes. She listens to the rhythm. She types a response code. The ship transmits a series of tones. The shadows stop moving. They hover in front of the bow. Colors begin to ripple across them, blue and gold and violet. It is a language of light. The woman translates for you. They are the Riftborn. They live in the spaces between stars. They have seen us passing. They warn of a great danger ahead, a hunger that eats worlds. They offer us safe passage, but only if we are quiet. You order the fleet to run silent. Engines are powered down to minimum. We drift past the living shadows. They glide alongside our hulls. They are larger than battleships. You feel small beside them. They act as a shield for us. They hide our heat signatures. We pass through their territory. The stars reappear on the other side. The shadows fade back into the dark. You wonder if they were real. The fleet moves deeper in. You arrive at a dead system. A single planet orbits a brown dwarf. There is a structure on the surface. It is the source of the signal. You take a shuttle down. The landing is rough. The ground is made of black glass. You walk toward the structure. It is a massive spire. It hums with power. The doors are open to the void. You walk into a vast hall. In the center is the core. It is a swirling ball of energy. It looks like a captured sun. This is the engine. The woman says it creates matter. It can build worlds from nothing. But it is unstable. The containment field is failing. Red lights pulse on the control deck. If this thing breaches, it explodes. It would wipe out this sector. You check the readings. The energy output is spiking. We need to stabilize it. Or we need to shut it down. The woman argues for repair. She says we need this power. It is the only way to rebuild. You are not so sure. The risk is immense. But you trust her. We begin the stabilization process. Engineers swarm the machine. They replace burnt fuses. They reroute coolant lines. The hum grows louder. The floor shakes under your feet. You work the manual valves. Steam burns your hands. You do not stop. The light from the core turns blue. The shaking stops. The engine settles into a rhythm. It is safe for now. We load the core onto the flagship. It takes every crane we have. It is heavy with potential. You return to your ship. You feel a sense of unease. Not everyone is happy. You see groups whispering in the mess hall. They look at the core with greed. Power does strange things to people. It reveals who they really are. You go down to the lower hold. You want to check the cargo. The lights are dim down here. You hear a clang of metal. You step behind a crate. You see Kale there. He is your supply officer. He is talking to a guard. He hands the guard a bag. It looks heavy with credits. Kale pulls out a tool. He moves toward the fuel lines. He plans to strand the fleet. He wants to steal the core. You step out from the shadows. You point your stunner at him. He jumps and drops the tool. He tries to talk his way out. He says he did it for us. He says the council is weak. He says we could be kings. You shake your head. You tell him kings don't sneak. The guard raises his rifle. You are faster. You stun the guard first. Kale charges at you. He is big and strong. You dodge his clumsy swing. You sweep his legs. He hits the deck hard. You secure his hands. You call for security. They drag him away. He screams that you are a fool. Maybe you are, but you are a loyal fool. The fleet drops out of warp. You are in the void fields. This is a region of pure black. No stars shine here. It is the perfect ambush spot. The radar stays blank, but you feel eyes on you. The woman senses it too. She points to the port side. A shimmer in the dark. Enemy ships decloak. They open fire instantly. Silent beams cut the darkness. They miss our hull by inches. We return fire. Our cannons flash bright, but there is no sound. Space swallows the noise. It is a silent film of war. Explosions bloom like flowers. Debris scatters in slow motion. You spin the ship hard. You dodge a torpedo. It trails blue fire. You lock onto a heavy cruiser. You fire a full spread. The enemy ship buckles. Its hull splits open. Atmosphere vents into space. You feel no joy in this, only relief. The battle rages for an hour. Our shields are holding. But we are outnumbered. The woman plots a jump. It is a short hop. It will get us behind them. You execute the maneuver. The stars blur and snap back. We are behind the enemy line. We open fire on their engines. They are caught off guard. Their formation breaks. They scatter into the dark. We do not chase them. We have a mission to finish. We regroup and count the damage. It is light. We were lucky. A distress call breaks the silence. It is faint and static-filled. It comes from a nearby moon. It is a lost colony. They were left behind years ago. The message is desperate. Their dome is cracking. The air is running out. We cannot leave them. The council agrees. We change course. We race toward the moon. The moon is gray and cratered. You can see the dome. It has a spiderweb crack. We land the shuttles nearby. You run across the surface. The gravity is low. You bound in long leaps. You reach the airlock. The people inside are huddled together. They look thin and pale. Children cry in the corner. They look at you with wide eyes. We start the evacuation. We move the sick first, then the children. The dome groans above us. The crack is spreading. Dust falls from the ceiling. You urge them to move faster. The last shuttle is loading. You hear a loud snap. A piece of the dome falls. It smashes a building. The air begins to rush out. You grab the last child. You sprint for the airlock. The wind howls around you. You dive into the shuttle. The door seals just in time. You watch through the window. The dome collapses completely. The colony is gone, but the people are safe. They sit in the cargo hold. They are crying, but they are alive. We are back in deep space. The woman calls a meeting. She has been analyzing the data from the ancient relay. She puts it on the big screen. It is complex physics. It looks like art. She explains what it means. We have been flying wrong. We fight against space. We should move with it. She shows a new engine design. It uses the core we found. It can fold space. Travel will not take years. It will take moments. The scientists are stunned. They check her math. It holds up. This changes everything. We are not just refugees. We are pioneers. We can go anywhere. The mood shifts from fear to hope. We reach the edge of the sector. The rift is ahead. It is a tear in space. It bleeds red energy. It is growing larger. It threatens to swallow the system. The core can seal it, but it needs to be placed inside. A ship must fly it in. It is a one-way trip. The room goes silent. No one speaks. Captain Halloway steps forward. He is an old soldier. He has no family left. He says he will do it. You try to argue. He raises a hand. He says he is tired. He says he wants to rest. He looks at the woman. He asks her to guide us. She nods with tears in her eyes. He walks to the shuttle. He launches without fanfare. His ship carries the core. He flies straight into the red. The rift pulls him in. His ship begins to glow. It dissolves into light. The core detonates. A wave of white light expands. It washes over the rift. The tear begins to sew shut. The red fades to black. The stars return. He's gone. We return to the homeworld. It is a ball of gray ash. It looks dead. But we have the technology. We have the terraforming data. We deploy the atmospheric processors. They hum to life. Clouds begin to form. They are thick and white. Rain begins to fall. It hits the dry ground. It is the first rain in a century. The soil turns dark and rich. Green shoots appear. They grow fast. Forests rise from the dust. Rivers fill with clear water. The sky turns a deep blue. The sun shines warm. It is a miracle. We land the ships. We step onto the grass. It is soft and cool. People fall to their knees. They kiss the ground. We build a new city. It is white and clean. We call it New Dawn. A celebration is planned. Flags snap in the breeze. Tables are set in the square. There is real food, fresh fruit and vegetables. Music plays from speakers. It is an old song. Everyone knows the words. We sing together. You stand with a drink in hand. It is cold and sweet. You watch the children play. They chase a ball. They laugh loud and clear. Strangers hug each other. We are not a crew anymore. We are a family. The war is a memory. The fear is gone. We have a home. You feel a peace you never knew. You look for the woman. She is not in the crowd. You find her on a hill. She is looking up. The twin moons are full. Her work is done. She saved us all. But she looks sad. You ask her what is wrong. She says the stars are calling. She cannot stay in one place. She is a creature of the void. She turns to you. Her eyes reflect the galaxies. She says there are others out there, other lost colonies, other mysteries. She has to find them. She asks you to keep the home safe. You promise you will. She touches your cheek. Her hand is warm. She whispers a secret. She tells you where she is going. She walks toward her ship. The engines spin up. She launches into the night. You watch her light fade. She is gone, but she is not lost. The fleet is ready again. We have new engines. We have new maps. You stand on the bridge. The crew looks at you. They are ready. The universe is vast. It is full of danger, but it is also full of wonder. We are not afraid anymore. We are the children of the stars. We have returned. And now we voyage out. You give the order. The engines hum. We leap into the light. The adventure is just beginning.